Hi everyone, it's Donna here from Donna's Creative Corner, and I am back today with more bodices. I have 3 more bodices to show you. They are 1 bodice per person, and if you're interested in more than one, send me your order of preference. That way, if the first one you wanted is not available, then I'll go down the list and see if any of the others are available that you want. They are first come, first serve, so if you're interested, don't wait. These always sell out very quickly. And I'm going to start off with my usual disclaimer with bodices. More times than not, you are not going to be able to get the appliques off. You'll usually need to fussy cut around the bodices to get them off. There are some exceptions, but more times than not you'll have to fussy cut. First up, bodice number 4 is a very vintage looking bodice, very unusual. I've never had one like this. I'm going to pan down so you can see the details, but it is already that vintage tea-stained kind of color. Very vintage, vintage looking. It does have the sleeves that have something at the top and then at the bottom. But this is the front. I'm going to come down. What's unusual about this one, other than it being a tea-stained kind of color, is that some of the appliques have these little pink rosebuds sticking out of them. You've got one there. This is the very bottom. You have one up here with a rosebud hanging down. You've got one over here with a rosebud coming down. You see that? It's very unusual. I've never had one like that before. There's some more in the back, but you've got the appliques going over the sleeves. There actually aren't, I just noticed there aren't any sequins on here. It's all beads. You've got these pretty vintage, very vintage looking. I'm not sure how old this dress is. The organza kind of is like a cream color. And then you've got the bottom. There's some satin covered buttons on the back of the cuff, and then you've got another one. There's a little bit, I see a little bit of discoloration down here. You've got another one of those buds in the middle of that applique and going all the way up there. So that is the front and the sleeves. And then on the back you have some more of those rosebuds. You've got satin covered buttons going all the way down. Looks like, well, I don't know if those are stopped here intentionally, or these are the buttons for the bustle. So you've got the same appliques all the way on the back, all those satin covered buttons in a pretty vintage tea-stained kind of color. I see a little bit of discoloration down here. And then you've got some more of the appliques. This is held together with some Velcro. Some more of the appliques with the buds, the pink buds coming out of them. So this is bodice number 4. I am asking $12 for this one. These prices don't include shipping. Bodice number 5 is heavily beaded. It is quite heavy. It doesn't have the sleeves. The sleeves have been removed, and you'll see those in a future video. But this is the front. White with clear sequins on this one. And I'm going to come in Very heavily beaded on this one. You have some rice beads. Very pretty appliques. Very heavily beaded and sequined on the swirls. Pretty flower there with a swirl. Coming up to the center, and around the neckline is some very heavy, heavy trim going along there and up over the shoulder. This part is on tulle, so you'll be able to get that off easily. So that's the front of number 5. On the back, there are satin covered buttons going all the way down. Same beadwork on the back. There's that trim going around the neckline and going all the way down. Have some going around to the front and down at the bottom. Very nice beadwork on this one. So this is bodice number 5, and I am asking $15 for this one. And then finally, bodice number 6. This one has sleeves, and the sleeves are all on tulle. I'll show that in a second. I'm just going to pan. There is some discoloration around the neckline, looks like from makeup at the very edge up here. This top part is on tulle, so you'll be able to remove that easily. Nice beadwork on this one. And down to the bottom, you've got this whole thing hanging off the bottom. That's all on tulle right there, going up to, you can see my fingers are going up to here. It looks like this one is partially removable. I don't know if you'd be able to get it off totally, but I'm going to pan up so you can see all the beautiful appliques. They're almost like Venice lace appliques on here. Very pretty. Very pretty, lot of them. And then going around to the sleeves are all on tulle, so you'll be able to cut those apart easily. Flatten it out. Got all kinds of appliques there. All the way down to the bottom of the sleeve. And nope, a snap closure, no buttons there. So that is the front. And the back, no buttons, no satin covered buttons on this bodice. It's just a zipper closure. And you've got this whole top part is on tulle, so you'll be able to cut those out. And then the same beadwork appliques on the front. These big roses full of beads and sequins. And down to the bottom. So that is bodice number 5, and I am asking $18 for this one. And that's all I have for today. If you're interested in more than one, please send me your order of preference. The instructions on how to order are in the description box below. And as things sell out, I'll mark them sold down below as well. And that's all I have for today. Bye for now.